I am so excited to talk to you about this film. You do such a fantastic job. I love these kind of, thriller, who done it kind of things. And you add such a different kind of atmosphere, a little feel to it. Tell me, was there anything challenging about the role of Marley kind of going into it? And then what did you do to kind of meet that challenge?
Um, it's every role has its own challenges, right? Like I'm not gonna act like, oh, it's easy. Everything I do is easy. No, I'm not naturally good at anything, girl. So like, I have
I
no, I'm serious,
was like,
Stacey. I
I
have to
believe it when I
train.
see it.
No, you just come, see me at 2 in the morning, like struggle busting. Uh, so I have to train, right? So there were certain things where, certain topics, especially around, um, you know, um, unarmed victims of police brutality
Mm,
and police officers not being held accountable, and having my own heartache around that we all still as a community are still healing from, and every
right.
time we feel like we're healing from it, here it comes up again, and it's there's not, there's no press being talked about, this kid or that girl. And so there's some heartache, and I experienced that with what's happening in America, and then it extends to kind of what I do as a humanitarian when we're talking about, what's happening in Congo and Sudan, and my work in Africa with UNHCR. So there was that aspect of it where I felt very invested in this kind of film. I wanted to do a thriller for a long time. I spent so long on a show that was this kind of like thriller, drama, sci-fi thing, and I
Mhm.
really hadn't done um uh I'd done like maybe one, but nothing that really focused on the community and what we needed to see and the stories that were impacting our lives. So it meant a lot. Also, the challenge, here's a funny thing. The challenge for me was I had never been directed by somebody that I'm a super fan of.
Mhm.
It's like, Janet Jackson teaching me dance moves. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my eyes that get really wide every time we come on set. I'm like, just chill, just be cool, cat. Just be cool. He's just a regular man, but I have been a super fan of the iconic Tyler Perry for as long as I know. And it was so like I had to chill out. I had to chill out. I just I wouldn't even like want to go back to my little room. I'd be like, well, he's working on set. I got to watch him. I got to see what he's doing. I got to see how he's, how he's handling this huge set of all these people. He's a writer, he's a director, he's a producer, he's like
Like the
directing the tone. And
secrets.
yeah, I'm just like, I would not even want to go back to my little trailer. I'm like, I'm good right here. Thank you. I'm just gonna hang out here. And it's just like that was kind of one of the challenges for me was was to be cool. I'm
Hmm.
just trying to be cool, you know what I'm saying? Because he's just cool. He's just
Yeah.
cool cucumber. Being
Well,
iconic and legendary and changing the entire course of Black Hollywood forever, but he's just cool.
well, the character of Marley herself, she has that about her, but she's also very type A. She's also very business. I'm going to get this done. However, there
Completely
is
different from me, by the way.
right.
Like,
She has this kind of thing where she's like she has a sensitivity. She does have a vulnerability to her, but she is very reluctant to show it because she's kind of gotten burned in the past. Tell me
right.
about the importance of female intuition to a character like
Woo!
Marley.
Female intuition. Ain't nothing like it.
Mhm.
And I say this a lot, especially to my younger fans. They're like, "What advice would you give me? And what do I do?" And I was like, "Girl, you got to trust yourself. If something
Mm.
don't feel right, if you don't, if somebody says something or did something like, and you just want to like brush it off, no, like allow yourself to start trusting yourself and your journey. Um, because I feel like a lot of people, whether it's in relationships with other people or themselves, we let ourselves down so much because we're like, damn, I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have dealt with that person or signed that thing or went to that place and I didn't even want to do it, and something inside of me, I mean, how many times have we said that? Something inside of me told me to not do it, and I did it anyway because I had an ego. I wanted to be right, or I thought he really did like me, and you know, and it really comes down to honoring yourself.
Mhm.
Like really honor yourself. Um, and this film is a great, I mean, you don't want to get into what, Megan and me got into in this film, when you don't honor it and things go left, but you had a feeling. So, but overall, I think in life, us women really got to start listening to our intuition.
I love that. Now, I really want to ask you, this is
Yeah,
the
what do you really
most
want to ask?
important question for
Oh, here
me.
we go. Better be about food now.
Actually, it's about stunts and you running around in them heels. Tell me. Because there were so many times I was like, girl, take them shoes off. Like,
No, I felt the same way when I was watching it. I was like, why did I keep my shoes on? Because
tell me
I
what that
wouldn't.
process is
Like,
like. Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'm country girl. I live in the South. I tell people Atlanta, but it's a little more south than that, and I don't even wearing shoes. So I was, just trying to be cute, trying to be, action, but you just hear,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's so dumb. But sometimes we ain't got time to take off the shoes, sometimes girl, you gotta go. And if that's the case, booties are really good for that.
Hey. Mm-hmm.
Um, that could work. But yes, the stunts. But we also had a great stunt team with girls who can run in heels,
Mm-hmm.
not like me, So we had a couple great people in the stunt department who made sure we were safe. Because I'm clumsy. I'm a dancer, but girl, Stacey, I'm
Listen.
clumsy. I'm
Mm.
clumsy. I'll run into this wall. You know what I'm saying? Sitting down. So I'm extremely clumsy. Um, they offered a lot of support and they were right there with us the whole time for this different stunts that we actually got to do ourselves. Um, but yes, the heels, the heels.
Now, I know Shannon LaNier is kind of a sort of a hometown hero. Were you familiar with him? What was it like getting to work with him?
He's such a sweet man. And he's just such a nice guy. And he's just like that. He's just like very, very kind of just just easy and just so great, easy to talk to and so supportive and just a nice guy. I loved working with him.
There was a scene, without getting any spoilers, there
Yeah,
was a
yeah, yeah.
scene where you were on air and you let a little S bomb out. And I was like, man, this is national TV. And I looked at
I think
Shannon,
that
he
would
was
have
just
happened.
like, it was
Girl, it's the movie.
everything.
The
I
movie.
love that. Tell me just about the atmosphere kind of overall working with this group of people because it's a phenomenal cast.
Everyone was very easygoing
Mhm.
and also like super pro, you know, nobody late, everybody easy, kind, crew was cool. Everybody had their stuff together because a lot of even the hair, makeup, wardrobe, the grips, like it's part of, Tyler Perry Studios production. They all do a lot of the different things together. So they got Tyler's rhythm.
Mhm.
Um, and so it took me a couple days to understand the rhythm because Tyler can move and he makes sure it gets done and the
Yeah.
scenes are great and the energy is delivered and we don't move on until it's there. But when I tell you, it was like I felt like I still feel like a machine after that
Mhm.
because I'm like, oh, you can be disciplined, you could show up, you could be on time, you could be early, you could get it done, and everybody's so cool because sometimes on these sets people be like rushing and rude to each other and
Mhm.
but not on this set. Like everyone was so loving and supportive and um just great. Like no bad apples, just cool. And we all follow Tyler, like he's like the big like the little ducks, you know what I'm saying? And we're just happy to be there.
Well,
And
you
it's just
mentioned the rhythm, yeah, and it sounds like
there's
kind
a
of the
rhythm.
best double Dutch line, when you get
Oh
that
my
good,
gosh,
good
that's
rhythm
exactly what
going.
it felt like. Because when I don't know how to play double dutch, you know what I'm saying? Like I would see it,
It's a
but
skill, yeah.
we didn't have double dutch in like, LA and Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? So it was like they already had their little double dutch line going in. And then here I come in with my heels.
You just had to jump in. Yep, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got it's okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it felt. It felt that's exactly the right reference because you're nervous at first, you see it going kind of fast, and you're kind of insecure if you can get in it. And then by the time you're in it, you're like, oh, this is
You're
it.
like, I
There's
got next. I got this.
I got
Kat,
this. And
you
it
are
just felt like
abs oh, I was gonna say you are absolutely fantastic in
you
this
are
film. It is
Stacey.
so, so fun. Thank you for taking a little time to talk with me about it today. And yeah, I wish you guys the best.